Hey everybody, this is Brittany here from Surfing Waves of Light, and today I'm making this video because I had a really cool dream, and the dream had a really beautiful image and came with some really awesome insights. So today I wanted to share that with you because I felt inspired to, and so I hope that you will listen along as I tell you about it. So I had a dream that I was in a shore house, but I looked out the back window and there was a pond. And the pond was half covered with ice and half of it was just very cold water. And people were coming into this pond in all different forms. Some people were diving down from the sky, other people were walking. And then there were these people that were in a bobsled and they were bobsledding across the ice, and I was over here in a boat or something, just floating along in the warmer waters, I guess, cold, but the unfrozen waters. And their bobsled comes all the way across super, super fast, and then it gets to the unfrozen part, and they all just go under. And then I sort of feel like I need to go over and help them. For some reason, I can help them, even though I know the water is freezing cold. But again, it's a dream. There was other stuff that happened after that. But when I first woke up in the morning, I wrote it down and I just thought, this dream makes no sense. It's completely crazy. But then I had some moment of quiet. I've been doing the Course in Miracles better than I ever have before. And after I did my lesson for the day, I just found myself really peaceful. And all of a sudden that image came back to my mind of the frozen lake, the half frozen on this side and the unfrozen on this side. And I got some information. So at this time in our history, the energies are speeding up, right? Frequency is rising. So you might hear people say we're transitioning to the fifth dimension, or we're going up in frequency, or the vibration is rising. And basically what they're just trying to say is that we're coming to a more loving place. So we've been in the ego, we've been in lowered emotions, we've been in negative feelings. We've been experiencing those realities that are less than the vibration of love. But at this time, what is happening is we're starting to transition, or have already started, but we're in this process of transitioning into a more loving society, which really comes from us becoming more loving beings. And so the energies are speeding up because the loving vibration is higher. And so what's been happening on Earth, we've had this time, right? We have all this frozen land. Again, this is information that I got. We have all this land that's been frozen, right? We have Antarctica that's frozen. We have Greenland. We've just all these areas that are just brutal cold. And we've been hearing for a while now about maybe global warming or climate change. And so we see that there is some sort of change happening. And for a lot of people, that evokes emotions of fear. But in the message that I got today, what I heard and what I saw was that the speeding up of the frequencies of the planet is really the cause of this melting of the ice, of this warming, or of these more extreme temperatures. And so it's not to be fearful when you hear that things are warmer. It's just to know that the energies are speeding up. And of course, cold molecules, they move really slowly, right? That's why they freeze. Maybe not why they freeze, but as part of a cold thing, the atoms vibrate at a slower rate. But when things heat up, hot things, they vibrate at a higher rate. So as things heat up, as our frequency rises, as we become more loving, that's going to manifest physically on the plane as seeing things defrosting, aka climate change or global warming. So that aside, what's also happening is we're discovering that we are not the victim of the world that we see. We are finding that our thoughts are directly connected to how we go about our life. Now, I'm not saying you can control your circumstances, like if you have cancer or something horrible like a child tragedy occurs. I'm not saying that those are chosen. But what I'm saying is that as life hands us situations, we are being given the tools to take those situations and maintain our internal sense of security and peace. So even if the worst thing happens that we can imagine, which ideally we don't want to happen, but sometimes may happen for our highest good, we don't lose ourselves completely in that in the lowered emotions that come of that. Instead, we have these lines, these lifelines up to the surface of the higher thinking thoughts. And so the message that I got around this half frozen pond is that the time we've been in, it's been this cold time, it's been this slow time, right? So if I do something bad to someone else, that karma may not have come back for lifetimes or years or days or weeks. But as the energies continue to speed up, what you're thinking about, how you're reacting to situations, it's going to make a much bigger effect than before. It was almost like that slow, cold time. It was a gift. It allowed us to explore these lowered emotions without getting those huge whacks coming back, Not to say everyone receives it, but I do believe the universe is loving. And so we're never trying to harm anyone. Just, we can always be forgiving and such. But basically, we've had this time where we can experience these things and we can sort of deflect karma or hold it off. But now, as the energies speed up, that kind of stuff isn't going to be happening anymore, which is part of the reason why all these, bigger entities are being exposed, why people are becoming more aware of what's, in their water, what's in the land, what's, everything. People are just becoming more aware of what is good, what is loving, and what is not. And maybe things that they didn't see before, but now they can see. And part of that is because everything's speeding up, right? So there may get to a point where the ice is really thin, the ice, the veil, the illusion. Wow, that just came to me. That was really good. But thanks, guides. But yeah, so what I saw is as we continue to go through time, it's just going to become even more important for us to have this internal security, to have this inner peace, knowing that the external world is never going to bring us peace, as you can see with the pandemic and the current situations that are occurring out in the world. So just know that it's good to come back to yourself at this time, to see where you're at, because what we are going to witness is people who may not have their minds, they may not be reaching for those higher thinking thoughts. When the speed back continues to heat up, as time continues to go faster, not time, but as the energy continues to rise, that those thoughts are going to come back much quicker. And so people may find themselves, as in my dream, in really cold water. I guess the term would be really hot water, but in this circumstances, they might be a little shocked. You fall into cold water, you're going to be in shock. And so, of course, they always have their guides and teachers, and that's just a symbol. So I'm not saying people are literally, but you may see in life, people are they're going to be panicked, or there's going to be a lot going on, or they may find themselves completely overwhelmed, and that's all okay. Everything happens for our highest good. But I just really felt inspired to share with you this dream, this vision, and all the little information I got about it. So just know, and that's going to, happen for good things too. If you're aware of the veil and you're not bobsledding over the ice, maybe that's who those people were, who are lightly coming from the sky, or the people that were just walking over to the pond. Maybe those people are the ones that have worked on their minds, worked on their emotions, worked on their internal security, and they're not, blindly following the illusion or going along the ice without testing it. So I really thought this dream was meaningful, and I hope that it helps you in your journey. I know it really helped me, which is why I made this video, and I just want to share more about what information I get, because I get really awesome information from my guides and teachers, and wanted to share it with all of you. So thanks for listening to this video. I love you all so much. Have a great rest of your day. May you be in the higher mind and the more loving thought, so may you feel a secure person.